Are you guys ready for it? I'm going to cover the top 5 weapons in every weapon class in Borderlands 2. I know a bunch of other people have put out top 5 lists, and it's time for mine. So, am I trolling you by holding the God finger here? Yeah, it's just a pretty gun and I love it. But I'm going to start out with sniper rifles. I guess I wish I had a drum roll effect here. But the top 5 snipers. You ready for it? Number 1 is blanket top 5 list for Borderlands 2 is a stupid fucking concept for stupid fucking people. There is no top 5 snipers. There are no top 5 snipers. There are no top 5 pistols in the game. There are no top 5 rocket launchers. Why? Because this game is not that simple. There are 6 classes. Each class benefits different guns. Zero has a lot of critical hit boosts, so he likes higher base damage. Axton, for example, doesn't have any crit boosts, and he has almost all base damage boosts, but he does have some grenade damage boosts, which can play nice with certain guns. With splash damage and such. They're all different. So what's best for Zero isn't what's best for Maya, or that's not what's best for Axton, and that's not what's best for Krieg. But then also you have things like, how do you compare the Grog Nozzle to the Herald or the Lady Fist? All 3 of those are 3 incredibly good pistols. But how do you rate them? By DPS? Well, then the Grog loses, but the Grog might be more useful. On Sal, the Grog is probably the #1 item in the game, because it allows him to just, go around and tank everything without worry. And it incredibly boosts his DPS through Slag and a critical hit buff. But Maya's got a bunch of healing skills, so she doesn't really need the Grog outside of raid bosses, and even on raid she can get away with a Ruby and some other stuff. So the Grog doesn't hold the same place with Maya. So how do you rate these things? Well, the first thing is you don't do it overall, you go by class. But even within classes, once again, the Grog Nozzle, for Zero, melee is huge, but it's not as good for Gun Zero, because Gun Zero, between Slippery Deception and all that, you don't really need Moxie guns with Zero, unless you're playing melee. So, the Grog wouldn't be the best gun for a Gun Zero. So when you look at all this, the best way to actually do it is to hop over into the Gearbox forums. And if you go to their search here and click in Top Gear, there have been these carefully made Top Gear guides, as you can see. Nisha, Claptrap, I closed my own Athena one and gave it to Hoyle because I wasn't really playing Athena anymore, and he could do a better job with it. Wilhelm, Lady Hammerlock, Jack. You have all these ones. My Maya one. And within these, they go over the guns, why the guns are good on that character, even parts and prefixes, and they go through all this stuff. But even these aren't necessarily all that definitive, because a lot of it depends on the build, Right here you see the top 2 snipers. They're not in order, but for Maya, like many characters, the Leuta and Pimpernel are pretty much the best 2 snipers in the game. But let's go back to Zero again. The Leuta is definitely better on raid bosses than the Pimpernel for the most part, other than Hyperius. But the Pimpernel is a lot better in a lot of situations where the Leuta is not as good as the Pimpernel. So which one is better? It depends on the situation. You can't even rank these number 1 and 2. They're just kind of both up there. But certain guns on Maya are really good where they aren't good on Zero. So as you can see, these threads are quite long and they cover those. But also, I'll go back here. This one has less discussion because most of that happened on the old forums and they've been transferred to the new forums. If you go to the Nisha one here, you see there's 451 posts discussing these guns. people going back and forth of the, why this deserves to be there, why not, and all over the place. So these are amazing, amazing resources that have put a lot of time and effort into really discussing them and going back and forth, and not just blankly popping some in. There's a ton of research behind these. And this is the best way to see the top guns for anybody. The top shields, the top class mods, Oz kits or relics or whatever, because there's been so much put into them. They really aren't just a simple thrown together list by one person. They are community efforts by tons of people. I don't have an exact number, but a lot of people have gone into this. As you can see, 451. I'll just go to number 2 here, and I think it'll tell you in the stats how many people have contributed. Yeah, so 39 different people have made 450 posts talking about the guns here. So this is much more than just a single person's opinion. So these are your ultimate guides of the best guns. It's no video of this one person saying these are the best 5 snipers in the game, because the person that made that video is most likely an idiot. And the results of that video are most likely pretty piss poor, because those don't make sense. You can't, they just don't work. This game doesn't exist in a vacuum without skill points. And skill points drastically affect how good or bad a gun is. And, obviously action skills and the characters do. So whenever someone tells you, like, these are the top 5 guns of whatever category, you should stop listening to that person immediately, unsubscribe, unfollow, whatever, just, let them know that they're an idiot. And they're wrong, and they're just clickbaiting. And yeah, the title of this video is clickbait. But it's to get to the point of it. If you want to know the best guns for someone, don't look up a top 5 YouTube video. Come into the forums where real information is discussed, portrayed, written out, and you can see those conversations. That is the place to go for that stuff, not some stupid YouTube video. And I know I'm a hypocrite because I'm making YouTube videos now, but I'm not going to put out a top 5 fucking sniper video because I'm not an idiot. And you shouldn't watch those. And it's sad because those videos have a ton of views. And we should be better than that. So, go to a forum and read. Read some text. It's good for you. Don't be a Kratos. So that's all for today on this video. I thank you guys for watching my little rant of anger here, because I hate stupidity. I think the world should be better than stupidity. Yeah, so come to the forums and read the top gear guides, because they are awesome. I thank you once again for watching. If you have not subscribed, please do so. And did I say washing, not watching? It kind of sounded like it came out of my mouth weird. Anyways, please subscribe. I appreciate that. But more importantly, go read the top gear guides and contribute to them if you have different opinions on what should be in there, because all the hosts of them really do listen. They might not agree with you, they might not take yours, but they'll discuss it with you. And that's the important thing, is a discussion. So once again, thanks for watching. Bye.